in the point standings right now. Calls it high cotton.
Hey everybody, welcome. It's Tuesday night, 7 p.m. Central Time. I'm Ron Stone, your host, Outlawed Live with Ron Stone. And tonight I'm going to be going solo tonight. Mike is busy, got some stuff going on with the kids. I think some sports things going on. But we will get a visit from Jason Schultz tonight. I wanted to talk to him a little bit about the introduction of the all-new Outlaw Pulling TV, the official live streaming channel of the Outlaws. We got some new improvements and some updates to the live stream this year. We're pretty excited about it. So I'm going to bring Jason on here. Whenever he comes in, I told him just pop in whenever you want because we've got plenty to talk about with pulling and such. Wanted to talk about points, wanted to talk about championship runs this year and kind of get some prognostications from the fans. All the fans out there in Outlaw Nation want to know what you think, who you think is going to win the points in each class this year. So I'm going to try to keep my picks close to the vest here. I don't want to pick any favorites, but I think it would be cool to get the fans' opinion on who they think would win one of the many classes of the Outlaws. Hello from Fort Wayne, Indiana, the Allen County breaking news. Somebody on the news desk there. Some breaking news there from Allen County, Indiana, Wayne, Indiana. Robert Miner checking in. Good to hear from you, Robert. We want your opinion tonight, Robert. You're a super fan, so we're going to be talking about points. Right now, it's 0 across the board. We start in 10 days, guys. 10 days. We start pulling. Actually, 10 days, almost exactly. Right now, the green flag should be dropping on like the first run down the track. So 10 days till Ravenna, Nebraska, 7th and 8th of June, 2-night event. Going to be a big night out there. I think we have 12 classes out there, if I remember correctly. Get my schedule out here. Actually, I'll pull up a banner in here. I did pull a banner out there. Let's see here. Yeah, here we go. Here's all your classes going on in Ravenna next weekend, not this coming weekend, but 10 days from today, the Friday night show starts. So yeah, six classes on each track. Modified two-wheel drives, and that's super modified two-wheel drives, the blower trucks. Diesel super stock tractors, should be a good class of those out there to kick the season off. Light limited pro stocks, the 466 class. The light pros coming to Ravenna this year. We've got pretty cool things going on with the light pros. They're involved in that Organics Midwest summer sweep. So a little extra money in there, thanks to Organics Midwest. light superstock tractors, light superstock ag tractors, the 7,400-pound modified tractors, as well as the light limited modifieds, the light modified tractors, pro stock 4x4s, pro stock tractors, 10,000 pros, and the super farm, 9,200-pound super farm. So 11 classes. I think I said 12. 11 classes to kick the season off right in Anavar Park, Ravenna, Nebraska, next weekend, the 7th and 8th of June. 10 days from today, folks. Should be a great event. We're looking forward to it. If you're checking in, let us know where you're checking in from, like Dallas Todd here, checking in from Scottsbluff, Nebraska. Jordan Lear Outdoors. Awesome. Can't wait to get the pulling season started. We are excited, to say the least, Jordan. Tina Berger, Eric Berger and Tina from Wilbur, Nebraska, ready for Ravenna. That's the spirit. That's what we want to. That's what we want to see. PJ Menahue from Manila, Iowa, checking in. Dick Blankenspore from Inwood, Iowa, checking in tonight. Russ Dostal, superfan from Pierce, Nebraska. Can't wait to see the surprises this year. Vehicles and different things some pullers did over the winter. Yeah, ditto. Me as well, Russ. Mark J. Ham out of South Dakota. Mark Ham, of course, that picture that was we had advertised in the show tonight, that awesome picture of the 7,400-pound mod of Mr. Puser, or Vern Huser. I'm sorry, Vern Huser. Great shot, Mark. I got that from you for the souvenir program. I liked it so much I wanted to put it out there on social media, advertised in the show. Thanks for checking in, Mark. Ben Beller. The app says it's the 4-1 Limited Pros, not the 540 Light Pros. Well, let's check the app, folks. I think all of our super fans out there have the app. If you don't have the app, you should absolutely download it today. It's absolutely free. So we'll look it up here. Events, Ravenna, Nebraska. Yeah, the Light Pro should be on there. So that is, thanks for catching that, Ben. Appreciate that. Yes, the 4-1s are there, but the Light Pro, the 540s are as well. So that's something we need to look into. Thanks for catching that. The app missed that class. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yep. We will look into that. Mark Ham, see you all at Ravenna. Didn't you say you weren't going to Ravenna, Mark? What the heck? But you said you were going to miss that one. Jordan Lear is checking in from Tightwad, Missouri, down close to Lake of the Ozarks and Truman Lake down there. Austin Flute from Latchwood, Iowa, moving hay tonight. Ryan Freeman down in the Lone Star State, Shallow Water, Texas. Thanks for checking in, Ryan Freeman, announcer down there in the Lone Star State. Marty Samuelson, the de facto mayor of Ravenna, Nebraska, checking in. 10 days to go. 14-day forecast looks dry right now. We're looking ahead 14 days already. So very cool. Mark Kaltenhauser out of Minnesota checking in. Rod Cooley, ready to go pulling. Chuck Hobbs, mini rod puller, checking in from Harmon, Illinois. Good evening. Good evening, Chuck. Ben Beller from Southeast Kansas. Yeah, appreciate that. We'll check that out. Mark, Wayne, you're not going to be in Wayne this year. I got you. So we've got the man. Are you live already? I don't even have to bring you on. You're already on here.
Well, I'm trying to get my golf scores in tonight, and they're making us walk because of it rained. Can you hear me okay?
So, yeah, we got you just fine.
So if I breathe hard,
the Jason Schultz, Beer Money Pulling Team fame, and now of Outlaw Pulling TV, ladies and gentlemen. Chuck Hobbs says Jason is looking over his shoulder. He's wondering what you're looking over your shoulder at.
My wife, she's over here She golfs over here on the other side. So, I do Tuesday night golf league now, and because I don't need to be the co-host anymore. Because Ron, you're the man. You've proven it. Over the last couple of years, you're kind of a big deal and probably one of the best announcers for truck and tractor pulling. So, Now I got to compete with you, on Monday nights with Let's Grow Pulling, who can have a better podcast.
So I just wanted to pick your brain a little bit and let you
Yeah.
tell the folks. We got some new and exciting things going. We're pretty jacked up about the new and improved Outlaw Pulling TV.
Yeah, so Kurt hired Beer Money Pulling Team last year, Mackenzie and the gang, to take over Outlaw Pulling TV. And last year we ran with what you guys had done in the past. And then this year I told them we'd do that for the first year. And then obviously we'd want to improve it this year. And one of the biggest feedback, Ron, you heard this too, was, can we get on the Roku app? Can we get on Amazon Fire Stick, all these different TV apps? And the answer is yes. And now the only thing that's on right now is Outlaw or on Roku. But if you go to Roku and type in Outlaw Pulling TV or Outlaw Pulling, you'll find that. We're going to still do the $39.95 a month or $25 a session, just like last year. And you're going to go back and be able to watch all the replays of the 2024 season. And we're going to then start uploading, 2023 stuff as we go as well for people to go back and look on things. But it's really exciting because having that ability, Ron, not having to like AirPlay it to your TV or, hook up a USB cable or stuff like that. You and I have talked about this privately off the air. That's really to take it to the next level. So I'm really excited about that. Mackenzie and Kyle have been working really hard, just getting everything ready. We have another call with the streaming provider tomorrow. We have a whole new streaming provider for us this year. And just to kind of tidy up the website a little bit, Ron, you found a couple errors that we had made because we'd used the app earlier and just kind of get things in order. But I'm really excited for the look. People can put the Roku app on their phone. You can put it on your TV, or you can just go to outlawpulling.tv. Yesterday, we did that live stream from Taylor, Wisconsin, just a little brush pull just north of us to test everything out. And it was really good. We weren't focusing on sound yesterday, Ron. We were just focused on the wireless cameras. Kurt's really invested into Outlaw Pulling TV this year. You bought an amazing sound system, Kurt. We got bunch of new wireless stuff. We know some of the biggest things is internet. The Starlink has really saved our butt on that. I feel good about internet now. And the next thing is going to be sound. As you know, every fairgrounds is different, working with stuff. I'm excited. Like Kevin Davis and Wayne, Nebraska, he put in hardwired internet for us as well. I think a lot more promoters will start doing that as they catch on or, have the ability to do that. I mean, hell, there's faster internet in Wisconsin in the country than there is in my hometown. So you know how that works. So it's all good.
So what's the easiest way for someone to get signed up for Outlaw TV this year? Do they go
just go to outlawpulling.tv and just subscribe
on the computer, right?
Yep, on the computer.
Okay.
Just like before, go to outlawpulling.tv. There's a subscribe button up there in the top right, and then you can look at catalog or upcoming events. And we have all the June stuff filled in so far. And then really, it's easy as that. You don't have to pay for the Roku app. I mean, most TVs, don't they have that Roku built in free now, Ron?
A lot of them do, yeah. Yep.
Yeah. So
yeah,
that's kind of what I've been noticing. So
I think the last TV I actually bought was actually a Roku TV. So
yes.
Yeah, it was definitely in there. So
no, I'm just proud that we're keeping up with the Joneses, if you will, in 2024 with all the technology that's available out there now. So.
Heck yeah, starting to take advantage of some of that technology, and
and
I love the way it looks. The look is awesome, and if you're home right now, if you're watching a TV, or if you're watching the show, you can go to your TV. If you have a Roku app, go to Roku, and it's not going to just pop up. You have to search it, then it will pop up, and it will give you the choice to put it on your menu or not. And of course, you want to put it on your menu. And while you're there, do the Full Pull Live Roku app as well. I did that when I was putting in the Outlaw TV app.
Yep. And then we're going to be, once they approve us, we got all the paperwork submitted, but we're going to be on Apple TV, Google TV, and the Amazon Fire Stick as well. We're just kind of waiting for the approval process on those. And they're saying any day that'll be out there. So really we'll have it covered on all. Like this weekend, I just went to my phone, Ron, and I just typed in outlawpulling.tv into the stream, and I just clicked on upcoming events and bang. So, and I watched it right on my phone, and it was great there. But you and I heard a lot of comments last year, man. I really wish you guys were on more of the TV apps. And we are now, and I'm really excited for that. And, we got some new graphic packages coming on. We offer a lot to our sponsors, to our event promoters, having all the different, their local sponsors up there. So, we had our call this morning, our weekly outlaw call with the leaders of the Outlaws. And, we already got all the Ravenna. Mackenzie's got all the Ravenna, like local sponsors ready to go, Ron, in a drive. Going to upload those. Ravenna, Nebraska is basically 10 days away, guys. June 7th and 8th. Yeah. And it got rained out last year down there in Anavar Park. So I'm really excited. And I'm really hoping that people they rally and they respond. And I think they will. I mean, pulling fans are super excited. I'm heading out to Benson, North Carolina this weekend to announce for FullPull.live. Be spending my time this summer between Outlaw Pulling TV and FullPull.live, two of the best streaming services out there for the sport of truck and tractor pulling. Obviously, Outlaw Pulling is all about outlaw pulling. Full Pull Live will be all about NTPA. But I'm really excited to be part of that, and I love the Outlaws. I love being part of it. I love I love working with you, Ron. I love working with Kurt and everybody, Lori, and excited to have Mike has really came on strong in the last year. We met him last year, Ron. Yeah. So pretty pumped. I'm pretty pumped. I really hope that
longer. I know you probably got a tee off here pretty quick.
Well, I gotta. I'm laying 2 on a par 4. I just got a chip up here. I just got a chip up here. But
the mayor of Ravenna, Marty Samuelson, said walking and golfing with a cooler has to be pretty tough.
It is tough. I'm not gonna lie, Marty. Actually, I took off my hard helmet with the Tito's and the little straws that come out of the helmet, Ron, like at the baseball games. So.
So I thought it was cool today in our meeting that we've got Kyle on board now.
Yes.
And he is to have him concerned about the audio.
Yes.
Of working on some audio stuff, the ambient sound and stuff. I love that because that's one thing about pulling that you can't give to the folks at home, just like it is in the live venue, but you want to get as close to that sound as you possibly can. And I think it's awesome that we're trying to get that audio perfect for the fans. But
I'm excited. No, I'm excited real quick, Ron. I'm excited for the progress we made last year. We always started on time. We brought some different camera angles to the fans and the viewers, a lot more up close personal stuff. We're going to continue that year, and hopefully just better graphics and better sound, like you said. The Starlink is great. It's going to buffer every now and then. Just be patient with us like you were last year. But Elon's putting more satellites up, and I'm really, really excited to kick the party off from Anavar Park in Ravenna, Nebraska. Then we go to Norfolk, Nebraska, then Arlington, Nebraska, and then Manila, Iowa, and then we round out June. Probably the biggest pull in Texas, Ron White-Right. I don't think anybody can argue that.
That's a big one.
So
it's a big one.
Yeah, it is a big one. So it's going to be fun.
It's a good one too.
Ravenna has a satisfying course as well. Mark wants to go golfing in Ravenna, it sounds like. So.
And Marty says the 14-day forecast has us in pretty good shape for Ravenna. So
good.
Hopefully that holds up,
Marty. Yeah, Marty, don't ever look at 14-day forecasts. Don't bet the farm on those. So, Ron, thanks for having me on tonight. I appreciate you for all that you do, and I look forward to hearing your beautiful voice all summer long, buddy.
Thanks, Jason. Good luck out there.
Don't
let the wife beat you up too bad.
Don't worry. See you, buddy.
See you.
Bye.
Jason Schultz, Beer Buddy Pulling Team, also running the Outlaw Pulling TV live stream platform this year, as well as last year. Now, they got started last year, the Beer Money crew, and literally hit the ground running last year. We've had 2 events we went and trained at, and then it was like, here's all the equipment. And I thought they did an excellent job with the equipment and stuff. Then just having a couple of events, trying to learn everything. A lot of moving parts with a live stream, especially when you're dealing with commercial ads and winner circles and things like that. A lot of audio, a lot of video, a lot of cabling, a lot of things that go wrong, internet connections and things. So pretty tough deal. Live streaming is not as easy as it may seem. Some folks think maybe you just jump right in there and do it. And there's a big wake-up call if you jump in and you're not prepared. So but I thought the team did a great job last year. And once again, if you want to subscribe to Outlaw Pulling TV, go online. You can do it on your phone or on the computer. Just go to outlawpulling.tv. Fill out the subscription up in the top right-hand corner. And also, if you have a Roku, and as Jason said, we're going to be on Apple TV and some other apps as well. But right now, we're just on Roku, and we're playing the waiting game with those platforms. I'm reading some of the messages here as I'm talking. But if you're at a Roku app, or if you have a Roku, go on the Roku app and go to the search. Type in outlawpulling.tv. It's going to pop up. It's going to be the logo. Click on it. It's going to ask you if you want to save that to your menu. Then you won't have to search for it anymore. Once you save that, it's always going to be there on your menu. And as I said before, while you're there, go ahead and search FullPull.live, Full Pull Live, and go ahead and put that on your menu as well. And you'll have those at your disposal. You just click on it whenever you want to go watch TV when you have a subscription. Outlaw TV, that is. Chuck Hobbs, where is your sidekick tonight? He had something going on with one of his boys tonight and couldn't make it. So, family first. Mike's been putting in a lot of overtime here lately. He's been doing a lot of work, not only for the Outlaws, but for Beer Money Pulling Team and pulling in general. He's been doing his homework and going out and doing interviews, doing shop interviews and such. So good to have him on the team. So just me tonight, but I wanted to kind of talk about Outlaw Pulling TV and get everybody to download that, get it on their Roku app. But I also want to talk about points races. I want to talk about points races this year, because do you have any favorites? I know we've got some super fans on here. I want to know who you think is going to win in each class. But before we get to that, and he was absolutely right. And I didn't catch that. I saw it and I thought, that's funny they're having that class. But he's right. Limited pro stocks is what it meant in the Ravenna ad. So hopefully that doesn't cause any confusion. I'm going to go back to that ad here. So on the flyer, it does say light pro stock tractors. That should be limited pro stock. That's the 4-1s. So hopefully we don't have any light pros show up, and hopefully the limited pros are planning on coming, because that is a typo right there. That should be limited pro stock, not light pro. So pass the word around there on that. Also, the organic sweep, it kicks off in Ravenna, Nebraska next weekend as well. Got a couple more classes here I wanted to put up for that. Pro stocks, 10,000 pros. They're going to kick it off in 10 days. The organic sweep, 2 points races starting out on the same day, same weekend in Ravenna. Organics Midwest putting up 50 grand this year. Between 7 and 8 hooks, depending on the class. But pro stocks will hook twice in Ravenna during the sweep. The next hook for the sweep will be Warrensburg, Missouri for a one-nighter, as well as Mercer, Missouri, Wayne, Nebraska, then Thunder by the River in Wisner for a two-nighter, and then the sweep will end in Unionville, Missouri for the pro stock class. And the winner of that sweep gets, I think it pays down 5 spots, actually. I don't have the payout schedule in front of me. It pays down 5 spots. But Organics Midwest is putting up 50 grand for 11 classes. Pro stocks being one of those classes. Super Farm included in the sweep. Starts off in Ravenna next week as well, 10 days. Little different schedule for the Super Farm class. So the Organics Midwest Summer Sweep is not the same for each and every class. Some of the events are the same and some will be different. I think the only 2 classes that are exactly the same as far as what events are in the sweep is the super modified 2-wheel drives and the modified tractors, the 74 modified tractors. So Super Farm starts off in Ravenna, then on to Ottawa, Iowa, then Rock Valley, Thunder in the Valley. That's a 3-night run for the Super Farms there in the sweep, starting in Ottawa, then going on to Rock Valley Friday and Saturday of that week. Wayne, Nebraska on July 26th, the Wayne County Fair. August 14th, the Great Iowa State Fair. And then the sweep ends on Saturday night in Wisner, Thunder by the River, August 16th and 17th. So you can see the Super Farm class hooks 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8 times for this sweep. Now the Super Farms hook in total for the season. If we're going to look at the Super Farm, they'll hook 23 times throughout the season. So regular points are still in effect. They'll still be pulling for outlaw points during these events, but they're also pulling for Organics Midwest sweep points as well. So some added money there from Organics Midwest. And we can go through and look at the other classes that I posted so far. The light super stock ag, you can see the schedule there. And then the limited pro stocks. Limited pros start in, see, I had the schedule right there. Ravenna, Nebraska, then Rock Valley, Warrensburg, Mercer, Iowa State Fair, and Unionville on the 4-1s. Pro stock 4x4s start next weekend in Ravenna as well. Then Ottawa, Warrensburg, Mercer, the Iowa State Fair, then Thunder by the River. Supermod 2-wheel drive, like I said, the modified tractors, the 74 mods, I have not posted that schedule yet, but it is identical to this 2-wheel drive schedule. Starts off in Rock Valley, July 12th and 13th. then on to Warrensburg, Missouri, Wayne, Nebraska. Then they'll start August off at the Iowa State Fair. Then Thunder by the River in Wisner, ending in Unionville, Missouri. Putnam County Fair. Light Super Stocks, the Alki Supers. Ravenna, Nebraska kicks that series off. Then on to Rock Valley. Wayne, Nebraska, Iowa State Fair, Thunder by the River, and Unionville. Then the 540 Light Pros will start in Rock Valley, Iowa, 2-nighter there. Then Lee, Nebraska, Pawnee City, Nebraska, Iowa State Fair, Madison, South Dakota, and ending in Unionville. So those are the ones I have posted so far. 3 more to post. Remember, the modified tractors is identical to the 2-wheel drive class. Let's see what comments we've got going on here. Marty said it was great 2 years ago on a golf course you're talking about. Jim Schwartzman checking in. Can you tell me what letters determine the semis on the schedule? Well, Jim, if you're looking at the schedule you can download from the website, it would be PSS. It's the very first row is the semi schedule. Limited Pro Stock semis. There are 10 hooks for the semis this year. Speaking of the semis, I thought this was really cool. I wanted to show this video clip. One of our semis, one of our pullers that pulled in the semi class all last season, the Zimmerman family out of Versailles, Missouri. Laverne Zimmerman and his boys pulled this truck all summer with us. It's probably the one truck that looked closest to an actual road tractor than any that pulled with us. And I pulled some video. Laverne was up pulling at the, let's see, it's called the Great Lakes. Yeah, the Great Lakes Big Rig Challenge up in Onaway, Michigan. Really cool event. I've seen a lot of video from it. You see some of these trucks, lifting the left front tire off the ground. Some of them pulling the entire front end off the ground. They run bobtail without a trailer. Then they run a fully loaded trailer. And that's where one of the videos is I pulled from Zimmerman. This video brought to you by Built Diesel Mafia. This is Laverne Zimmerman. I wanted to go ahead and had that comment right in the way there. I want you to see that front end twerking on that Peterbilt. Get a good shot of it here. But Zimmerman. Not a pulling video to see, and I wanted to get that. Thank you to Built Diesel Mafia for providing that video, putting it on social media. And congratulations to the Zimmerman family, Laverne Zimmerman, getting 2 wins up there. A lot of good trucks up there in that show. Class A bobtail, Class A loaded. Zimmerman took home the gold on both of those. Go back to comments. We have some people checking in. So, Marty, I'll throw up another schedule. I have another schedule that I'm going to put out. It doesn't have all the classes listed, but it does have all the events. But yeah, PSS is Pro Stock Semi, Jim Schwartzman. Marty Samuelson, our greens are as good as that. Fought winter kill. Talking about the golf course still. Russ Dostal. Who are your picks for points chance? Russ, that's what I'm asking you. I don't want to pick too many because I'll get in trouble. See, I have to remain unbiased here. So what I want to do is get everyone's opinion on that. So let's look at modified tractors. Let's start off with them. Modified tractors from last year. You've got Donald Nelson with 2 tractors. You got the twin Hemi tractor. Then you've got the DT466 turbocharged tractor, which is, I'm hearing it is ready to go this year. So you've got the Twisted Whip, and you got the Texas Bullwhip. The Twisted Whip is the twin Hemis, and the Bullwhip is the DT466. We got Sweet Pain out there. Sweet Pain, multiple points championships with that tractor. You've got the Barents coming out this year. The all-new Turbinator, twin turbine, going to be ready to go. Speaking of twin turbines, you got the Petch crew coming out. Case and Petch, Kyle Petch, Fred Petch, coming out with the new twin turbine this year as well. Let's see. A lot of picks here for, yes, for guessing by class. Down here, the comments are coming in too fast here. I gotta back up here. Case Conover watching from Lytle, Texas. Thanks for watching. Let's see. Big Blank Spore, Sweet Pain. Austin Flute, Sweet Pain. Jim Schwartzman, Sweet Pain. There we've got Eric Claypool. Mark Ham predicted Eric Claypool. Austin Flute. Fun to watch the Barron brothers. Yes, it will. Those twin turbines will be ready to rock and roll this year. Marty Samuelson picking Case and Petch. I have a dark horse there. Parade Alley Pong. Sup? Nice hat. Appreciate that. This one's Corey Schluter. Corey Schluter signed this one last year. The light superstock ag class. Who else we have from the modified tractor division? Any other picks? I know we have some other fans, a lot of Sweet Pain fans out there. There we go. Twisted Whip. Case Conover out of Texas, picking a Texas boy, the Twisted Whip. How about Cotton Candy? Cotton Candy out there making some good passes. Robert Miner, any new mods? You've got Kent Urbon, the Stud Mule. That tractor, when he's got it dialed in, that thing is a torque monster. He doesn't always make all the events though, so he might not be one to bet on, just the simple fact that he's going to miss some events this year, unless he's planning on making them all. You also have Vern Huser out there with a couple of wins last season. Say Goodbye, had that thing set up. Hey, Tina Berger, there you go. River Rat. Wayne Longnecker. Never count out Longnecker. That is one tough customer right there. Dave Neville says, anyone running Schaefer's oil is going to have a distinct advantage, I think is what Dave is saying. And don't forget, send those pics in. If you're switching to Schaefer oil, send us a picture of a Schaefer bottle with your hood up, or your tractor hood up on your tractor, the side shield off. Send us a picture. Let us know you're switching to Schaefer, and we'll send you a Schaefer hat or a Schaefer t-shirt, something cool from Schaefer Oil, letting us know you've made the switch to Schaefer. So thankful to all our sponsors. Schaefer Oil have been with us for a while now. Great oil. I switched to Schaefer as well. Proof is in the pudding. Any engine builder that's had an engine apart can tell the difference between the engine running Schaefer oil and one not running Schaefer oil. Todd Aiken checking in from Tennessee, volunteer state, Knoxville, Tennessee. Thanks for watching, Todd. Let's get those picks in. People getting shy here. Let's not be shy on those picks. Seen some good ones so far. I think right now, as far if we had to take a poll, the fans watching tonight, Sweet Pain is the early favorite here. And the fans watching. So if we count these, you got 1, 2, 3. 3 Sweet Pains, 1 River Rat, 1 Twisted Whip, and one Thermal Thunder, Petch family. Thermal Thunder. So Sweet Pain getting the early nod here. No pressure to the Omer Mafia out there. No pressure whatsoever. Oh, Kevin Davis. There you go. He's got Cotton Candy. That's 2 for Cotton Candy, actually. I missed that other one from Robert Lytle. Or Case Conover. I'm sorry, Case Conover with... no, he went Twisted Whip. I'm sorry. That's the first one for Cotton Candy. So Austin Flute, Griffin Growl. Griffin Growl. Robert Minor, River Rat. That's 2 for River Rat. So the early favorite, Sweet Pain, River Rat, second. And then third is right now tie everybody. Just 1 vote for Cotton Candy, 1 vote for River Rat, 1 for Twisted Whip, 1 for Thermal Thunder. Let's move on here. We're going to run out of time really quick if we don't. So let's move on to, let's see here. How about the semis? Let's talk about the semis. This one should be a little easier. Now, I'm not going to say it's easier to pick who's going to win it, but you have less vehicles to choose from. We had about 5 as a rule of thumb, regular participation on the semis last year. Let's see. You got Richard Darr's truck. The Big Bad Binder. Richard Darr. You got Brent Roberts and the Black Attack. The Gray Peterbilt, Richard Darr. Brent's brother drove that truck last year. Then you've got What a Way to Go. Joe Bear, the Ford L9000, What a Way to Go. And then, of course, you have the X15, the Zimmerman family. We just watched a video of that Peterbilt out of Versailles, Missouri, winning 2 wins in Onaway, Michigan over the weekend. So picks for the semis, throw them up there if you have picks. I know this one might be tough. A brand new class last year, a lot of changes going on under the hoods of those semis this year. Could there be a wild card get in there in that semi class? I've taken a lot of calls, folks asking about that semi truck class. Here we go. Early on, Marty Samuelson, X15. Also flew What a Way to Go. The big Ford of Joe Bear. X15 with 2 votes there. Go ahead and put your picks out there. Just kind of playing around here to see what everybody's thinking, who their favorites are. Let's see if there's any dark horses out there. Here's your schedule for the season, guys. Now, pull that back up here. There you go. There's our schedule. Man, that looks like a lot of pulling going on this summer. A lot of pulling. Look at all those events. From first full weekend in June to the last full weekend of October. A lot of pulling going on. We do have some weekends off here and there, not many. 1 weekend off in July, 1 in September, and I think 3 weekends off in October. That pull in Lufkin, Texas, the last pull of the season. Got another comment here. Let's see what we got. Well, Dave Neville went with Sweet Pain. So Sweet Pain, the early favorite, 4 votes for Sweet Pain in that modified class. So right now the semis, Zimmerman's are the favorites. Now remember, Brent Roberts won that with the Black Attack in 2023. So X15 have to make up some ground to get ahead of those semis that have a little more time on the pulling track. All right, that may be all we have on the semis, so we're going to go with X15 as the general consensus amongst the Outlaw Nation of folks watching tonight. So how about limited pro stock tractors? George Beyer, champion last year. This one might be kind of tough. You got George Beyer, you got Jamie Yankee, you've got Joe Moriando, you've got Novak, David Novak, you've got the Paulsons, the Paulson kids out of Nebraska. Let's see, who else do we have here? Out of Mound City, Kansas, Paddock, Brent Paddock, and Tyler Paddock, Megan Paddock does driving duties as well. Tough tractors. Let's see, here we go. Robert Miner, moving on, go red. Now, if you have a choice that I haven't mentioned, absolutely throw it out there. You know, I don't have the list in front of me. Ideally, I planned on having points from last year up on the screen here so you see who the top 5 were at least. Robert Miner going with Nebraska, Jamie Yankee, and moving on, Case Conover going with co-rookie of the year last year, Lane Paulson, Life in the Fast Lane. Jordan Lear, talking about the new 60-30 of George Beyer. Of course, he won the points and won Friday night at the Pullers Championships in Illinois here just a couple of weeks ago. So Paulson and Bibbs, heads up. Austin Flute, George Beyer, Marty Samuelson, another vote for Jamie Yankee. Dick Legasport, another vote for Jamie Yankee. So Jamie Yankee so far the early favorite. Pretty interesting to see just who everyone's favorites are out there. Now, don't forget you've got some wild cards out there. Is Sydney Summers, is she going to make all the pulls this year and run points? That could be a tough tractor this year. A couple of 4-1s are falling off the list. Tanner Michael, his 4-1 turning into a pro stock this year, the Snuffy tractor. And then Mullenix, Connie and Jerry, that tractor, the Gopher, turning into a light pro, 540 light pro. Here we go. Austin, One Mean Farmer, going to be out more. I think he's planning on it. He's got everything set up to go. So, yeah, One Mean Farmer. From what I've seen, it looks like he's going to be a go. Dallas Todd moving on. Tina Berger moving on. Jamie Yankee getting a lot of votes here. She did have an awesome season last year. But, I mean, you never know. You might have a dark horse kind of appear sometime here this season. You know, I hear this all the time. A lot of pullers say, you know, with the price of fuel, things like that, you know, I got so much to do at home, the price of fuel, we're just going to hit some pulls here and there. They start out the season strong. The next thing you know, well, we might as well run the points. You know, since we're a member, we're already signed up for it. Why not go ahead and run it since we're doing so well? So sometimes, you know, their plans for the summer changes after the first, you know, few hooks if they're doing really well. So Jordan Lear, there we go. Is one I didn't mention. Gary Barrett, high stakes horsepower. Yep, I agree. Very good one as well. He got to go to the farm show in Louisville. Got picked to go to the Pullers Championship a couple of weeks ago. Had a good showing there. Very tough horsepower, or very tough tractor. Won the points a couple of years back. So yeah, very capable tractor, very capable driver. So right now, the general consensus of those out there kind of participating in this unofficial poll is Jamie Yankee is what everyone's saying. They think Jamie Yankee is going to win it this year. So no pressure, Jamie, but got some folks out here rooting for you. Let's do a truck class. How about Pro Stock 4x4? Pro Stock 4x4. That's going to be a tough one. Pro Stock 4x4. We know the bipolar truck, Keith Hammond's very dominant in the Pro Stock 4x4 class. Didn't start out dominant last season. He started out kind of playing catch up. He was trying out a new chassis. Once he got it figured out, wow, he caught up and blew past the competition there. But some tough trucks in there in that Pro Stock 4x4 class. A lot of good ones in there. So take your pick in Pro Stock 4x4. I'm sure we have some Pro Stock 4x4 fans here. So Keith Hammonds, Rat Trap. There we go. Ford fan. The Selmans and the Rat Trap. Who else we got? Who else? We got some Iowa trucks there. Tina Berger going with the Rat Trap. Who else? I'm going to look at the top few Pro Stock 4x4s from a couple of years ago here. Just so we can throw a few out there. How about Holland Grass? Rookie driver going to be driving that truck this year. Young 16-year-old Roper Brown going to be driving the Holland Grass. And Dad Derek's going to be driving the High Class Grass Modified. But a 16-year-old Roper going to be doing the driving duties in the Holland Grass. Could he be the contender? He just turned 16, I think, a few days ago. So, how about the Tater Wagon? Dave Walters, tough truck. Troublemaker. Troublemaker was right there in the hunt, led the points early in the season last year. Noise Complaint. Ford out of Mound City, Missouri, Miles Jumps. Man, he swept Rock Valley, won both sessions. That's hard to do. And he did it with the Noise Complaint. Breaking Loose, Nathan Breheim. Another tough truck. The Chain Stretcher, Toby Vanderpool, another one of those Iowa trucks. Will we see the Dodges come out? The Dodge pickups out of Iowa. The Wild Thing had a good run this past year. Won one night at Thunder by the River. The Strange family, will they have their trucks out? The Sin Wagon, the Power Wagon. Gerald Snyder and his Dodge. Could he be a contender? Had some good runs last year. So take your pick. A lot of good Pro Stock 4x4s out there. Then last year as well, we had the Show Me Chevy. Bill Chrysler, the Show Me Chevy, had a good run last year. Was chasing points. Ken Summers, final ride. All right, Ken, what are you talking about here? Change the name of the truck, or is that your Pro Stock? You're finally getting the Pro Stock done. Talk to me. Doug Davis said this is going to be Troublemaker's year. Troublemaker Chevy out of Iowa. Case Conover says the Rat Trap. Marty Samuelson Bipolar. Jordan Lear, who's cheating who? Well, unless he's planning on running points with us, he doesn't run points with us. We may see him once or twice a year, so maybe Jordan knows something we don't know here. Robert Miner, Wild Thing Dodge out of Iowa. It's his pick. Chris Slaughter, the Tater Wagon. Dave Walters. Some good picks here. Rat Trap getting a lot of votes. Not many votes for Bipolar here. No votes for Bipolar. I'm seeing 1, 2, 3, 4 votes for Rat Trap. So we'll say Rat Trap right now, early on, the early favorite. Let's move on to the next class here. We are running out of time quick. How about Super Farm? Super Farm, very competitive class. Got last year's winner, Alan Andrews, a Dakota Deer. You've got his boys, the Bruley Buck, Chad Andrews, the Brady Andrews, tough truck tractor. Chad Weisenkamp with Someday. How about Red Rock? out of Rock Valley, Iowa. Jared Johansson, a good run last year with Blaze of Glory. You've got the 2 tractors out of Hubbard, Iowa, the 2 John Deeres, the Turbo Up, the gray area, Spanky's Toy for the New Holland. Fans out there. Ultimate Muscle made some good passes last year. Rick Engelmeyer. Take your picks in that Super Farm class. Robert Miner going with Super Farm, going with Red Rock right out of the gate. Red Rock, that's a tough team coming out of Rock Valley. One of those drivers coming out, going to be driving a Pro Stock this year for Koima. Going to be driving a Pro Stock tractor in that 5-inch Pro Stock class. So that'll be a new one out this summer. Only, say, Dakota Deer. Jordan Lear going for the Dakota Deer at the winner last year. Red Rock, Dick Blank Spore, 2 votes for Red Rock. Yeah, that Super Farm class, man, I tell you what, it is. If you're not a Super Farm fan and you just follow the Outlaw Super Farm points, you will become a fan just because it is so close, the competition in the class. And, you know, probably I say this every time I talk about it, usually comes down to the last hook, last couple of hooks to determine the champion. It's usually that close. Someday getting a couple of votes here. So a tie here between Red Rock and Someday so far. Last year's champion, the Dakota Deer, in 3rd at the moment. I just thought we'd do something a little different here, get some fan votes here. We don't have to do all the classes, but we're literally 10 days out from the first hook of the season in Ravenna, Nebraska. And remember, if you see that Ravenna flyer out on social media, thanks to one of our viewers tonight, caught the mistake. It says Light Pro, and that is incorrect. It is a limited Pro Stock. Limited Pro Stock will be in Ravenna. Light Pro will not be. Also, Flute Dakota Deer long answer. Cornhusker Cadillac came on strong at the end. I don't think he made all the hooks, though. Cornhusker Cadillac is definitely a tough tractor, and definitely would be one to contend with if we were certain they were going to run, you know, the full point schedule there. So definitely would be one to contend with if they were to make every hook. Put it up there so everybody can see it. So right now, yeah, we have a 3-way tie. We got to have a tiebreaker here. So we got Dakota Deer, Red Rock, and Someday in a tie here. We need a tie-breaking vote. Next vote breaks the tie. Oh, Joe Bartell says the Bruley Buck. That didn't break the tie, Dale, but the Bruley Buck, definitely a good tractor coming out of the Andrews camp of Beersford, South Dakota. We got to have a Red Rock, a Someday, or a Dakota Deer fan break that tie. Or that may just be fitting for that class as far as a fan vote. Trying to predict a winner. That class is so close. We may just call it a 3-way tie for right now. So we'll move on. Next class, let's do Pro Stock tractors. Let's go Pro Stock. You know, last year's winner, Cody Yarrick and Gone. Kyle Karstens had a lot of good hooks last year. A lot of green John Deere out of Kansas. How about the Rut Cutter, Steve Bailey? Had some good passes. I think he went out of bounds a couple of times last year. Really hurt him. That tractor was running really good last year. Doug Sabatka, let's go. A good one out there. And then here's one that came on towards the end of the summer. Was laying down some really nice hooks. Greg Jager and the Wampus Cat out of Hazard, Nebraska. One to watch this season as well. How about the Gang Green tractor? Gang Green out of Mercer, Missouri. the G team. That tractor is almost legendary in that pro stock class, winning so many points titles with the G team driving it. The brothers and the dad, all their names start with G, so we call them the G team. Okay, we've got Gone. Going with last year's champion, Cody Yard. Gone again, Case gone over. Austin Flute, going with Extreme Pleasure. Now you can't give us 2 votes here, Austin. So Wide Loose Deer, yep, that's a good one as well. The Wide Loose Deer out of Iowa. Kyle Pedley out of Ocheeden. Here we go. It's one I haven't mentioned yet. Was getting ready to mention Jimmy Brackett, the hillbilly, veteran puller, Jimmy Brackett. Still has some cards up his sleeve. That tractor had some good runs last year. Marty Samuelson, Rick Barrett's old tractor, the Wampus Cat. Yep, that tractor was running good at the end of last season. I'm going to go back to this comment by Austin Flute, the Extreme Pleasure. That diesel super stock by Taylor Van Beek. It is a pro stock this year, so that's what Austin is referring to. So if there was any confusion, Extreme Pleasure going from the diesel super stock class to the pro stock class this year. So let's see, right now, Gone. Cody Yark with the edge there. Let's throw out a couple more here. Red Zone, Bill Barrett. Todd Anderson, Rare Breed. We don't see him at every event. Robert Davison and Red Iron is one potentially. Could get in there. How about Jeff Parker? 2 entries out of the Buckeye State. The Out for Justice, the Road Gear Plus. Had a couple of really good passes at the end of the season down in Lufkin, Texas. Those pro stock tractors going back to Lufkin in October. The fans down there love the diesel smoke and love that pro stock class. There we got another. Let's see. Nope, that's the same one there. Sorry about that. I thought we were throwing up a new comment. I'm just jumping around. So right now, Gone is the early favorite as far as fan voting goes for the points champion in the pro stock class. Let's do 1 or 2 more here. Let's see. How about 2-wheel drive? Super modified 2-wheel drive. Now we've seen this one jump around a little bit. Texas pretty much ruled the 2-wheel drive class, or has ruled the 2-wheel drive class over the last, I'm going to say the last decade, with the exception of the Missouri truck getting in there, the Willys. The Buffalo's Chips truck. Are the Zycheks going to run with us again this year? I think they are planning on running with us. The Texas 2-step, the Gunsmoke, Donald Nelson, the Whippet, and the Little Whip. 2 tough trucks out of Texas. You know, I mentioned Richard Morris, Buffalo's Chips, won the points in 2022. Dustin Corliss, the Texas Bullseye. Then you got High Cotton, another one out of Texas. Cameron Pasco and Seth Markey laying down some good passes. You got the Macon, Missouri trucks, the Country Heat. Then you've got Tim Fitzsimmons and the Pro Designs S10. Then, of course, last year's champion, 2023 champion, Ray Miller. Ray Jake and Cole Miller. Ray doing most of the driving last year, won the points with the bad decisions, the all-new bad decisions. How about here is a dark horse, and this truck actually laid down some really good hooks at the end of the season. The American Ethanol truck. Scott Jensen out of Del Rapids, South Dakota, one to watch. They were getting that thing figured out towards the end of last season. So 2-wheel drive. Who is going to be your choice for 2-wheel drive? I should have said Sweet Heat, not Pro Designs on the 2-wheel drive class. So there we've got some coming in. Let's see. Buffalo's Chips. Want Well, Ben, I'll tell you what, he goes through more than one engine, I think, because he's a little relentless on those Minor Brothers Hemis. They're good motors. So early vote for Buffalo's Chips. Another one for Buffalo's Chips. Also foot with Relentless. Relentless. There's one I didn't even mention it. You got by me there. So yeah. Scott Weens out of Beatrice, Nebraska. Jared Weens, a couple of really good hooks in Wisner. Swept Wisner in 2023. So yeah, the Weens, the Chevy out of Nebraska, one to watch. Another one running a Minor Brothers Hemi. Another Buffalo's Chips. That is 3 for Buffalo's Chips so far. Jordan Lear with the little whip. There's another one for the Weens. Richard Morris, always tough to beat. Scott Jensen, who has his eye on. So I don't know. I don't know how we take that, Cole. You got like 4 different trucks there. Marty Samuelson says Relentless. Case Conover says Little Whip. So if we get Cole to commit here, it might be a tiebreaker. Let's see. Buffalo's Chips, 3 votes. Relentless with 3. Little Whip with 2. Come on, Cole, break the tie for us here. Unless he votes for Little Whip, then we'll have a 3-way tie. So. Got to get Cole to break this tie here. Oh, Cole goes with Scott Jensen, locking it in there. Scott Jensen with 2 votes then? Is that what we got on Scott Jensen? Or we have 1? Let's go through the count here. Scott Jensen with 1 vote. So still a tie here between Buffalo's Chips and Relentless. Relentless with 3, Buffalo's Chips with 3, Little Whip with 2, American Ethanol with 1. Cole Lundell going out on a limb there. But if he can keep doing what he did at Wisner last year, he had a good showing there. Oh, Tammy. Now, Tammy, I don't know. That's kind of a biased vote here, Tammy. So it's going to be close between Buffalo's Chips and Jared and Scott Weens out of Nebraska. So that is a tough truck. Very cool. Let's do one more class. Let's see. Let's do a couple of truck classes. How about let's do another truck class. We did some tractor classes as well. Let's do modified 4-wheel drive. Modified 4-wheel drive. Unlimited cubic inch. No superchargers on alcohol. So what are we thinking on modified 4-wheel drive? You've got the Thornton brothers with Thumper. Had a dominating performance last season. Of course, they got the pick to go to the Farm Machinery Show. The Thorntons with 2 trucks last season, 3 trucks competing this season. They'll have the Ramrod and also the backdraft will be back, Ryan Thornton. So, yeah, the Thornton boys out with 3 trucks this year. So they will be busy. Lane and Murray won't be sharing driving duties on Thumper with Ramrod out this year, so they'll all have their own truck. Ramrod hooked 1 time last year. 1 time, and it was at the end of the season. They just got it together. and it sounded really good. The track was less than favorable with the rain that we had right before the show started, but that is one to watch as well. How about Tom Byers, the Agent Orange truck? Jamie Bush with Thunderstruck. The Ritter brothers, Doug and Dustin Ritter, going to have their big Ford out, going full bore this year. Nick Christensen, Nut and Honey, Ford out of Cumberland, Iowa. How about Red Hot? And then Darren Criz, the Wild Child, Dave Criz, Aftershock, and there's a lot of good ones in here. Risky Business, Joe Claypool. Somebody's asking about Foxy Lady. I don't think they're running the full point schedule this year. But like I said, you never know what's going to happen. So let's look what we got here. First vote is for Thumper. Austin Flute, Case Conover goes for Thumper. That's 2 for Thumper. Jordan Lear going with Thumper. That's 3 for Thumper. Ben Beller going with Dark Horse, the High Class Grass. He was getting that truck figured out towards the end of the season. That was a new chassis for him. Not used to pulling a modified truck. Not used to the kind of horsepower and the bar tires. Been pulling a pro stock for several years. So Derek Brown getting picked. 1 vote there for High Class Grass. Marty Samuelson going with the Underdog, the Ramrod. Robert Miner going with Thunderstruck. Copeland Dahl, Claypool's with Risky Business. Dick Legaspor going for the Underdog here, Agent Orange. Agent Orange, Tom Byers. So early indication here, if it was up to the fans, Thumper would win the points championship again this year. So yeah, we're going a little bit long. Let's do one more tractor class. I don't hear anybody say that I'm biased towards the truck guys. I've never heard that before or anything. We did limited pro, we did super farm, we did modified tractors. Let's get an Alpy tractor class in there. Let's do light super stock ag. Light super stock ag. Who are your favorites to win light super stock ag? One easy choice to go with is going to be Mark Ulmer on the blue New Holland tractor, Eleanor. Mark and Tyler Ulmer. Oh, Austin wanted the light superstock. We can do it. Awesome. We're going to do light superstock ag first, though. We already got that one started. So light superstock ag. Let me hear your picks out there. Oh, got 2 right off the bat for the diesel, the barn burner. Jordan Lear, then Austin Flute going with the barn burner. Corey Schluter. Dave Neville goes with Jeremy Paulson. That tractor was pretty tough last year if he could keep the front wheels on it. He broke the front wheels off that thing at least a couple of times last year. Russ Dossel just easily enough says the Ulmers going with Eleanor there. Cole Lundahl going with the barn burner. Corey Schluter. Got some early votes here. So right now, amongst the fans out there watching, Corey Schluter is going to be the one to watch this year. It did take them a while to get that thing dialed in, but once they got the balance right on that tractor, wow, that thing just turned into an absolute animal. So light superstock ag is where we're at. Let's see those votes out there. How about under construction? Ryan Boyson. He took third place a couple seasons back. Mark Ulmer's The Weapon is 1 to 10 with as well. How about Taryn Beck, the Hustler? She was getting it dialed in last year for sure. The Case out of South Dakota. Taryn Beck and the Hustler. How about Chuck Schluter, the Barn Buddy? One to watch. Lyle Romp, Demon Be Gone. Tyler Haley Spatansky, the Super 10. The Senseless Tractor, also the Born Loser Light, Melvin Nelson. Jason Valentine, the Fool's Gold. I'd like to see that tractor back out some more. Crazy Horse, Rod Pisota. I'm trying to think of who bought that. It was a Paulson that bought that tractor, and that tractor ran awesome at Thunder by the River last year, late in the season there. Tractor made a couple of the best passes I've ever seen it made. And you have the Schefflers, of course, Jim and Tom Scheffler. So light super stock ag. Okay, here we go. Robert Miner. He's going with the Crazy Horse. Right now, the Barn Burner is kind of the popular tractor, and that kind of surprises me. I mean, just because, I mean, history shows us that Mark Ulmer and Tyler on that new Holland tractor is the tractor to beat in the light super stock class. Then, you know, throw in the House. You know, the 2 Cases out of Kansas. You know, are they going to hit all the events? Those are 2 tough tractors. The Temptation, Little Temptation, the Big Temptation. Awesome Pluton. Doctor's orders switch to light super stock ag. I don't remember. I thought he switched to 4-1. I thought he went to 4-1. Marty Samuelson going with Crazy Horse. That's 2 for Crazy Horse. Marty Samuelson going with Crazy Horse. That's 2 Crazy Horse. 3 for Barn Burner. 1 for Mark Ulmer. Let me make sure here. Let me make sure. There might have been another Ulmer vote up there. I want to make sure. No, that surprises me. 1 vote for Ulmer. So if we go with that right there, we went strictly off a fan vote. Corey Schluter and the Barn Burner gets first in the fan vote, and let's see, Crazy Horse gets second. Then you got the Ulmers, you got Jeremy Paulson. What's happening with Marty Samuelson goes with Crazy Horse. I'm not sure, Marty. I heard that it was going to hook at Ravenna. Then I'm not sure after that. It was James Adams that did the driving on it last year, while Brad was getting over surgery last season, and did a good job of driving. Just getting thrown in the mix there. And I don't know. I wish I knew the answer to that, but maybe we'll find out more at Ravenna. So tractor was really making some progress, having some good hooks, and was having a lot of work done on it at Meister Repair, Meister Shop in Nebraska. But I don't know. That's a tough deal. So let's call it at that. So there's your fan votes out there, folks. Thank you to everyone that participated. Pretty cool. Kind of cool to see what everybody's thinking. And everybody's just not going with the general favorites. I mean, you watched the Pro Stock 4 before, you think somebody would have even said Keith Hammond's thrown that up there, and I didn't see one vote for Keith Hammond, didn't see one for Mark Almer. Kind of surprising, but interesting to say the least. So, isn't King of Smoke building a light super stock? Robert, I do not know. Do not know what Eston is doing. I think I heard a rumor of that, but I'm not sure. Sometimes you never know till you see it out on the track. You see it get pulled out of the trailer at the first pull of the year. So Ravenna may hold some surprises. That should be exciting just on its own. First pull of the year, not knowing if you're going to see some new pullers, new tractors as well, new trucks, new tractors, new vehicles. Schaefer Dave, we'll see you out at Ravenna. Schaefer Dave, remember, send in those pics. If you make the switch to Schaefer, send us a picture. Everybody's got a smartphone now. They can take a picture of the change in the oil. All you got to do is send a picture of that Schaefer bottle or your Schaefer bottles there under the hood of your vehicle. It doesn't matter what it is. If it's a car, truck, semi, doesn't matter. Let us know. Send us a picture. We'll put your picture out there. We'll send you a Schaefer Oil hat or t-shirt. Compliments of Schaefer Oil. Is Meister running full-time this year? You're asking me all the hard questions, Marty. All I can say is I hope so. I know last year I think he was simply too busy. I think he wanted to run full-time, but, the work comes first. Work trumps tractor pulling, and he was too busy to make all the events last year. So thank you, everyone, for watching. We're going to try to get the promoter for Ravenna on next week, of course, or one of the folks from Ravenna. We always like to have the promoter on at least the week of, maybe the week before their event. But everybody, get ready. Outlaw Pulling season starts June 7th and 8th in 10 days from right now. Ravenna, Nebraska, folks. 11 classes. Outlaw season gets kicked off. Case Conover, good evening to you, sir. Good evening to all of our fans, all the super fans out there in Outlaw Nation. Thanks, everyone, for watching. There, if you're still watching, man, oh man, I almost screwed up. I didn't have Mike with me here tonight. Those of you out there that like his weekly piece he has out, sorry, Mike, we're going to get it in. I didn't cut the live feed yet, but this week, Mike has been doing this piece here for several weeks now called When the Smoke Clears. When the Smoke Clears, spotlighting, highlighting an outlaw puller. So when the smoke clears this week, bear with me, I'm looking for the video here. Here we go. Is none other than outlaw pulling legend Donald Nelson. when the smoke clears. Big thanks to Mike Idle. Mike, I do not see your bio here, but I can tell you Donald Nelson been pulling since the early 80s. Pulled all over the country, indoors, outdoors, every organization. I can remember seeing Donald Nelson pulling when I was a high school student in Ohio, pulling at the Ohio State Fair. I think it was 87 or 88. He was pulling a triple engine Chevy there in the unlimited modified class. So very cool. Donald Nelson in the spotlight. A lot of pictures of Donald Nelson here. Let's see. Let's throw. Well, nothing is coming. Why is that not working? Take Folks, thanks for tuning in tonight. I know it went long, almost forgot that when the smoke clears piece there. Thanks for all the folks that voted. Thanks for all of you for watching week in and week out. We'll see y'all in Ravenna in 10 days. Thanks for watching, everybody.